against Mitchell Cornett seeking asylum due to individualized religious persecution in America. In 2022, I started memorizing passages from the Bible, and I've been doing so since then. At this point, I have the book of Revelation memorized, and I can quote the Bible through memory for over 2 hours. I started that in 2022. In 2023, I started having issues with the phone that I had at the time. And in October 2023, I got a new cell phone with it. I got a new phone number. On October the 23rd, 2023, I started getting texts threatening me due to my religion. They were trying to say, give up on your religion, we can make you rich and famous, or we'll kill you. Eventually, I thought I came up with the idea to confront them. So I responded to the number that was texting me, and I knew that whoever they were, since I just got a new phone number, hadn't really given my phone number out, I was getting texts from an unknown number. Somehow they had my phone number, whoever they were. They had power, resources, money. And everything that they tried to do in secret. Everything that they did in secret. They never, in over 2 years, spoke openly. Everything they tried to say, they tried to communicate secretly. So I decided to respond to the number and try to confront them. So I gave the location of wherever I would be at, and I went there, and no one showed up. I didn't tell my family at the time. I thought that if I just went missing, they might not really know what had happened. But if I thought that I were to tell them about the threatening texts and something happened to me, then they might get hurt also. So I didn't tell my family. Again, everything that they did, they tried to do secretly. Everything that they said, they tried to communicate secretly. And the persecution itself, they wouldn't use one person or two people, they would use multiple people, many people. They would orchestrate things. And there were threats towards my children also. This was right around Halloween. I was also receiving messages that were intended to be offers for money and sex. The threatening texts continued for a month or so, maybe longer than that. Eventually, the threatening text stopped, but they were consistently sending a message saying that there was a religious organization who wanted to harm me. At the time, I thought that because of me memorizing the Bible, quoting the Bible from memory, that there was a religious group who wanted to harm me, and that the government was trying to offer protection, and that they were trying to come to a solution and discredit me. They started making known to me different people who I'd known throughout my life, letting me know that they were working for this group of people. And again, every now and then I would get a text from an unknown number, and they would act as if they had the wrong number, and they would start up a conversation with me. They would talk about money, investing. They would claim to be women. They would be really friendly on me, almost flirty, kind of. They were intended, again, everything they did, they tried to do secretly. Everything that they said, they tried to communicate secretly. They were intended to be offers for money, sex. In December 2023, they had a former girlfriend of mine who was working for them, offering to be with me. They started pushing me, trying to push me into being agreeing to be in a relationship with a woman, with a girl. And one by one, the friends and people around me started making it known to me that they were working with this group of people. And earlier on, there were days when they were kind and when they would praise me, and there were days when they would persecute me. Again, I thought that there was a religious group who was threatened by me memorizing the Bible. The government was trying to offer protection, and that they were looking for a solution to try to discredit them. In 2024, in April of 2024, my grandma died. Around that time, I was also receiving messages. Again, everything that they communicated, they tried to communicate secretly, but they were trying to make me believe that it was someone who I had met in California years earlier, also trying to make it known to me that they were working for them. I don't know if it was actually that person or not who was contacting me. I would say probably not, but that's speculation. But I do believe that that person in California was working for them when I knew them. And it seemed like they would mess with my phone also, putting ads on my phone to try to communicate different messages, and also videos that they would put on my phone, advertisements on an app that I use for music, advertisements. They would put videos on there. Around that time, my grandpa's health was deteriorating. I would take him to his doctor's appointments. Even the people who had my grandpa's doctor's appointments, people at his doctor's appointments would make them know to me that they also were working for this group of people. In June 2024, my grandpa died, and at that point, I think pretty much everyone in my family, they made it known to me that they were working for them. There were still one, maybe a few people in my family who I at the time believed weren't working for them. But right after my grandpa died, they made it known to me that they also were working for them. So right after my grandpa died, it had been made known to me that like every adult in my family was working for this group of people. Now, it had been me and my brother living in the house with my grandparents, and with them both having passed away, it was on us to pay the bills. And after they had passed away, I was told that the payments on the house, their house payments, would be put on hold until a decision was made in probate court. And then I was told later that the payments had not been put on hold, and we owed quite a bit of money to the bank, and so they were threatening to take the house. Even there were government officials, law enforcement, who were even taking part in this, trying to send the message, these people will kill you. Again, they wouldn't use one or two people, they would use multiple people and orchestrate things to harass me and persecute me. So going to the police, reporting it to the police, and it seemed like, to the best of my knowledge, government officials, the government was taking part in this stuff. Earlier on, it seemed like they were being kind and praising me, and because of because of me memorizing the Bible and saying like we know who you are, we know what you do, and everything. And around July 2024, the majority of the people at work had made it known to me that they were working for this group of people. There was still a few people at work who I at the time believed were not working for them. And in July 2024, they orchestrated things, and I got fired from work. It was over listening to music. I was getting wrote up at work for listening to music at work, but then they had other people there at the company where I worked at who had made it known to me that they were working for these people, saying like we won't let you get fired. And I believed them, and I did get fired in July 2024. It wasn't like I could really report it or anything, it was my fault, but I trusted these people and they orchestrated things. And then at that point, I realized that everyone at work had been working for them and probably been working for them for some time. Around August 2024, I got a new job. It was the same thing there. Everyone at work was working for them. Eventually, friends stopped coming around over time. Family stopped coming around also. And at that point, around August, September 2024, everyone around me had made it known to me. Everyone I knew, every adult I knew had made it known to me that they were working for this group of people. To the best of my knowledge, the entire town of people where I was living was working for this group of people. And talking to people, having conversations with people were no longer genuine. They weren't talking to me to have a genuine conversation. Whatever they said, things that they would say, everything was to communicate some kind of a message for these people. It's like talking to like a Siri or like a chat bot on the internet. It's not a real conversation. They communicate whatever kind of message they're told to for this group of people. But at that time, I was still spending time with the kids, and this group of people had been pushing me, trying to push me into agreeing to be in a relationship with a girl, with a woman. Eventually, I thought about the seriousness of the situation and thought that maybe by doing what I was doing, memorizing the Bible like that, and people knowing about it, that maybe I was putting my children in danger. So I thought about their safety, and I agreed to be with a woman for the safety of my children in order to discredit myself and the safety of the people around me. They didn't allow that to happen. And then at that point, every day they were persecuting me. I realized that the intent of the situation was not to discredit me, to come to a solution to discredit me. The entire intent of the situation is to persecute me. There's a lot of shame, humiliation, degrading treatment. In the winter of 2024, the vehicle that I was driving broke down. I was able to get it fixed, but I believe that these people were responsible for that. How, I don't know, but I believe that they were responsible for it. I continued trying to be in a relationship with someone in order to try to discredit myself for the safety of the people around me. I stopped seeing my kids. The agreement I made with myself was I wouldn't spend time with my kids unless I discredited myself like that. It seemed like they were trying to drain me of my resources, whatever it was, money, prescription medications, food, whatever, cigarettes. It seemed like they were trying to drain me of whatever resources I had. And then in January 2025, I quit my job and I stopped paying bills.